So cold, but I'm so hot. Same
Dope
still
boys
up in the trap, I'm dope boy.
with them knives.
Dope boy now. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. 1,008 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water walk till it's hot. Mr. Double up, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, take an order. Left hand 360, motor to a lot. Blue hollow tips, got switches on the dot. State game, true sippers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm coming through the paper. Says long at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, I get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number one, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1,200 strong for a pound for the zop. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not.
When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some nice gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day's a sudden change, we getting money, that's one thing, it's never gon' stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take the roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on change. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rain, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, if she gets to go, she gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Y'all see the title of the show. Let's we're gonna get straight into it. If you aren't familiar with Umar speaking on regular topics, I guess you're gonna get to hear him speak on some things today. Because I guess I'm gonna play the whole interview just because he said that one part, and I like how the host gave him pushback on what he said about not taking money. In other news, though, I see niggas is still upset. It's niggas in the most violent cities who complain about not being able to go outside without a nigga being shot, complaining about the National Guard coming in trying to help. Do they want to be killed or not? Do they want safe neighborhoods or not? Because apparently y'all police can't get it done. I don't understand it. Like, do niggas want to live in constant danger or not? Because if you don't, if you know your city is fucked up and crime is ridiculous, why are you complaining about the National Guard? I, for one, hope they send the National. Y'all heard me say this shit on my show the other day with my partner. We need the motherfuckers here. We already got the state trooper and TBI helping patrol the shit, and they still can't get it done. It's too much goddamn crime going on. I don't remember Memphis being like this growing up. In the 80s, 90s, yes, it was crime, but we were having 100 murders a year. Now we up to 400. That shit is ridiculous. A nigga can't wake up without it being several motherfuckers shot. But these niggas is they complaining. Do you want to live in a war zone or not? All right, I'm done with that. Niggas just I don't understand niggas. I don't. Only to niggas is crime reduction a bad thing. But then they complain about the goddamn crime. Girl, I can't go outside. I'm getting robbed and they doing the old people wrong and they shooting babies and kids. Okay, let's see them do it with the National Guard there. Why would you complain about somebody trying to help? And then these the same dumb niggas who got these same dumb niggas who got all this crime in their city was the main motherfuckers talking about defund the police. But they also the same motherfuckers that complain about the police response time in their city because there's so much goddamn crime. But whatever. Let's get into Umar.
Because I don't need white people to tell me how to teach black kids. Because I don't need white people to tell me how to teach black kids. So I'll never be doing that, right? If the state required it, we would do it. You feel me? But I would not voluntarily go to white people and ask them, how well am I doing teaching black kids?
How much of your money from fundraising do you think came from white people? Any?
$0.
$0.
Yeah, there might have been a couple anonymous white folks with a dollar or two, probably, right? But am I consciously aware of receiving a donation from a white person? No.
So, this is good. So, a white person can give you $5 million, say, Dr. Umar, I've been a fan of you since 2012. I see what you got going on. Go get that school. White man. I'm talking about whitest of the white.
I don't think I could take it.
Okay, so the mission ain't that important there.
No, it is.
How?
First of all, that nigga is lying. But I believe, I'm glad this nigga said in his face. So the mission ain't important to you then. Nigga, if the mission is the mission, why in the fuck would you care where the money come from? You know he lying though. You know this nigga is lying. Hell no, I wouldn't take it. This nigga love donations. You think he'll turn down a $5 million donation for real?
Okay, how important is the mission when you can't take the money? Nothing. I didn't speak to any stipulations tied to it. How? Okay.
Come on, my nigga on his ass.
White man.
And if I'm not mistaken, this man paid Umar to do this interview, and he kept it real. Umar has not really had niggas keep it real with him like this. I know. Well, hold up. This guy has done it. I think Lord Jamar did it when he was on the show, and I want to say, well, no, Roland Martin didn't really. Roland Martin didn't keep it real with him. Roland was just trying to play to his sponsor. They didn't keep it real with him.
I'm talking about whitest of the white.
I don't think I could take it.
Okay, so the mission ain't that important.
No, it is.
How important is the mission when you can't take the money? Nothing. I didn't speak to any stipulations tied to it. I said this will get your school up and running tomorrow, and you denied it.
And the mistake you just made is you said a white person is going to give Dr. Umar $5 million. With no stipulation.
Yeah,
who in this auditorium believes that?
No.
Sir, everybody in the auditorium believes it because black people gave you money for damn near 10 years with no motherfucking stipulations. They ain't put no stipulations on it. They just said, we believe in your vision. Here you go. Nigga, you wanted LeBron James and them to just give you money with no stipulations and say, here you go. This nigga here is the illest nigga in Nebraska. Let's run it back.
And the mistake you just made is you said a white person is going to give Dr. Umar $5 million with no stipulation.
Yeah,
who in this auditorium believes that?
No, listen. How is that worth clapping? White people.
Happening, y'all. This is Loon from It's Up There podcast. I want to thank everybody who is watching this channel and who like and subscribe.
Make sure y'all go over there and go under this video, even though we about to play it. Go over there, watch it again, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. I have the channel name tagged in the title, so it'll be easy for you to do. All you gotta do is click the junk that's highlighted in blue.
To our content and just enjoy our conversations. It does show a high level of people who stop by and watch the content are not subscribed. So I wanted to put a call to action in the front of the videos and ask that you guys who are here right now watching this video, make sure you hit the like button, and more importantly, make sure you subscribe. It may sound small, but it does help with the algorithm, and it does keep this content coming and help us know that we are actually growing in the market and people enjoy what we bring. If you enjoy the content to the next level, you come to patreon.com. It's Up There Podcast. I do appreciate y'all. It's Up There Podcast. Let's get on to the show. Thank you.
Disrespectful means turn up in my content. This is a show that I'm having. So we're brothers. Yeah, we real tight. So this is right. So disrespectful means turn up in my show. And I shouldn't have stopped, but I want to address that. Continue. I'm sorry.
I believe that I was sent here. Part of my mission is to raise the consciousness, and the voice is the greatest weapon to do that. I was never taught how to speak. In 4th grade Black history class, there was an oratorical contest in North Philly. I'm from Bill Cosby's neighborhood, and I got into the public speaking contest. I won 1st place, and I just never shut up. I was born to speak. I'm related to Frederick Douglass. He was a great orator. It runs in my family.
Nigga, no, you not. Nigga, you.
So my speaking.
Is this nigga still telling this Frederick Douglass lie, son of a bitch? Just let it go, nigga. You is not related to Frederick. Him and his family don't know you.
Is more of a ministry of Black consciousness. It heals and it helps and it motivates and it transforms people. I believe that's part of why I'm here, but it's not the only reason I'm here, because we've had great orators all throughout our history. But what we have to do is build institutions and leave a legacy. That's what we have to do. The speaking is good, but it's not going to save us. The speaking is to get your attention so I can organize you for transformation.
Okay, so do you, I believe again, man, I don't know if you, I think you know this. I think you're in this, you get into this spot, right? Where
He's an arrogant son of a bitch.
Almost like you get in character. Not that you're faking,
yes,
but you get into this like spot where you just, it's all about the mission.
Yes, all of us that do content, we're being our authentic selves, but we still putting 2 on top of 10. We are playing characters in this shit, even though we're being our authentic selves. We're exaggerated versions of ourselves. That nigga don't walk around talking to everybody like that in his normal everyday life. He has normal conversations. He ain't making all them facial expressions talking to his gal, his brother, his mama, his uncles, his sisters, random people he meet on the street. Y'all see how he be talking to motherfuckers that be coming up to him on the whatchamacallit on the street when he be outside them schools?
It's all about.
It's always about.
But I think your results. See, he playing into it. See, this is playing into it. Yeah. Okay, so this is playing into it.
Talk to anybody who knows me. They'll tell you.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, and I've been knowing you, so I know you want it. It ain't that, but I do.
Nigga.
I just
not fake with me.
But I do think that there's room to discuss that there's other things on your agenda that don't coincide with the mission 100%. Again, we went to that, so I want to move past that. Let's talk about your content creation. I was telling you backstage that you are one of the most visible people online. Mm-hmm. What do you do to keep your content valuable and not oversaturated?
Nothing. Until the conversation we had. Now you're giving me things I need to think about based on that conversation we had earlier backstage. Right. But until this point, I never looked at my content as a means to monetization or money. It's purely to wake up our people,
all of us in content,
purely to give them an alternative view. It's purely to let them know that they're not crazy when they see things that isn't making sense. So it's been
Charlemagne believed
I never knew
for some
that I would
reason.
be what I am on social media. I never heard. I didn't even know what TikTok was. So people say you need to get on TikTok because you all over it. Right. I didn't know. I don't have a YouTube page. Right. So I didn't know social media would respond to me the way that it has, especially given my views, which many people would consider to be radical or controversial. So that was purely an act of God that I've been able to have that type of presence online, standing for what I stand for. I never expected that in my wildest dreams.
And you know what I find interesting? You came from a crop or a batch of conscious community where it was very strong. Mm-hmm. I said Umar is probably one of the only ones that's been able to transcend that run. A lot of those guys kind of have faded away. You still see the Candace Owens. You still see you. And I believe that's about where it stops at.
Yeah.
What do you contribute that to?
I think a lot of it has to do with my expertise as a school psychologist. It's kind of hard to separate my impact from my profession. Because if I was not a school psychologist, if I couldn't help parents help their children, if I couldn't evaluate, if I couldn't diagnose, if I couldn't teach them about the medications, if I couldn't help them with the IEPs, if I couldn't review the psychological evaluations, would I be as relevant? I don't know. Some people would say yes. Some people would say no. It's no way to know because I've never not been the school psychologist, you see. And so it's hard to separate the two. Although I think presently, though, I definitely think Dr. Umar the best.
I say yes simply because, nigga, you can speak and you play the character well.
People love entertainment. If nothing else, your black ass is entertaining. No matter what you say, even when you cussing motherfuckers out, talking about you putting niggas in the book of Negroes and all of this shit, and you're sitting in your car humming donations, the shit's entertaining. So yes, you would have the same impact because you're entertaining. Unlike that brother Jabari we saw last night, that nigga there just get on my goddamn nerves. He's smart, he can speak, but he's not really entertaining. He's an asshole to listen to. A nigga can sit here and listen to Umar actually give a lecture about history, black history. This nigga would listen to him. Jabari not so much because he gonna let you know how dumb you are while doing it, and he might he just is a as dude said last night. He's a condescending asshole.
An African is a much more popular person than Dr. Umar the psychologist, but I think Dr. Umar the psychologist is more valuable in that parents clearly see in me someone who can help them.
And you know what I think
Hey,
it is?
Arlene,
And this is
hey,
old
Leah,
fashioned
hey,
for anybody in
Brooks.
content creating. It's like literally add
Shout
value,
out to the
whatever you're doing. And so I
219
think
people watching.
with you really having a background in understanding the medicines and understanding psychology, I think that value did set you apart because a lot of people was just talking.
Yes.
When you get in the meat and potatoes, you get in the meat and potatoes, and you really understood. I remember you used to walk around with the big DSM-5 book, and so these kind of things I think made you kind of reign supreme in regards to those guys that laid there. It seemed like the talking just subsided.
Yes.
Just kind of went away.
Yes.
The documentary era was a boom for y'all. You still get paid for any of those things?
Nah, I've never produced my own documentary, and the ones that I was in, I never really made anything off of those.
That's what I was talking to you back, utilizing your own packaging for you, because
that's crazy within itself. He realizes the reach he has, yet he's never hired a motherfucker to do a film for him. He ain't never had, he ain't got to hire nobody. It's just a camera. You would have to hire somebody to edit, but nigga, you could just have somebody with a camera follow you around. You could rent you a camera, studio grade camera, have a nigga follow you around and shoot what the fuck you do all the time. All these, damn near everything you've done has supposed to been documented, but this nigga doesn't know how to, he don't know how to capitalize on shit like that. That's a damn shame. He ain't shot his own documentary. He done been in other ones, and he's been around niggas who know how to shoot documentaries, and he ain't soaked up the game for them. He ain't asked them, hey, how do I go about putting together my own documentary? This shit is crazy. He's a psychologist though. He got all the plugs and know all the people, but he ain't done simple shit, which is sad because he told y'all he was coming out with the War on Black Boys 10 years ago. That was supposed to be his own documentary. Never came out. Talked about it. He ain't never shot one scene for that motherfucker.
Your brand is so big. Like everyone knows you're one of the most popular black people in the world, but it's the packaging. That's why people can come and package you and sell it.
Yeah.
Right? People can come and say, yo, I'm gonna get Dr. Umar on my DVD and I'm gonna go get a bag.
Yeah.
But Dr. Umar should be able to put that DVD together with that voice.
And to your point, I definitely think I've lost out financially by being so giving. But at the same time, I would not do anything different because I don't think we get that school built if people.
Sir, you also know you didn't lose out by being so giving, nigga. Without hidden colors, most of the people that know you now wouldn't have known you. That put you on the map. What do you mean so giving? That was a beneficial relationship for you and Tyreek.
People didn't know my heart was real. I don't think I would be as popular as I am globally if people didn't know my heart was real. So I don't regret any of it. Even now, people say, hey, you got to redirect your content on YouTube. You got about 5 different pages misrepresent themselves as you, making money off of you. And we will get to that. But at the same time, that's how people came to know who I was, by people posting the content. So
you got to lose a little bit to get a little.
You got to lose, yeah. Yes.
Just like Dion.
Yes.
I see. Great comment. But him as a psychologist and him being who he is, he not supposed to give a fuck what people say. If you're in the media space, you're clout chasing. Ain't nobody speaking or doing videos or on the radio or behind a microphone because they don't want people to watch. The idea is to clout chase. The idea is to get motherfuckers to watch you. So him as a psychologist, if he fell for niggas telling him he was a clout chaser, that's a personal issue.
You got nothing to do.
Let me do what he be doing.
Let's see, do he repeat himself 3 times?
I don't know.
He
It
ain't
just
done
wrapped
it
back
yet.
around to that. But seriously,
Yeah.
you have to lose a little bit to get a little bit. You were in content wars with a lot of guys.
Yeah.
What was that era like for you?
I had a beef every year around Christmas. It was always
Try to pay the YouTube bill, try to get the YouTube check.
That's what I didn't realize.
Yeah.
So my supporters said, stop responding, because if you notice, they always attack you around Christmas so they can get their views up and get that Christmas money to buy they won't kids some white Jesus gifts. But
So the other 11 months of the year, what were they trying to do? So you said niggas wasn't making money the other 11 months, and just during Christmas they came at you. See, again, he responds like a typical nigga. He's supposed to be so smart and shit, but he responds to shit like a typical nigga. He says dumb shit that typical niggas say, but he's supposed to be special.
it was always, see, when I came into the conscious community, right, I came unexpectedly. I didn't know I was about to blow. I just blew. I didn't know nothing about it. I thought I would just be a psychologist for the rest of my life, doing my Pan-Africanism, but I never knew I would become this, right? So when I blew up, there were people who had their niches. You had people who had the mental health niche, the Black consciousness niche, the Pan-African niche, the economics niche. And me, I do them all. So a lot of people felt like I was stepping on their toes, especially the younger guys. And so they would attack me every Christmas. And because I'm King Kong consciousness, I had to, beat my chest a little bit.
Just every Christmas. Just
during
during Christmas time.
When do you stop that? Right? Because for me right now,
And I realized they were doing it on purpose to make money. It wasn't even genuine beef. It was strategic beef to get his response, to get his list. So now I don't even respond because I know.
Right. Now, here's the thing. When you have a legitimate issue with someone, like you do sometimes when you speak on things that's really near and dear, like this is what I'm seeing. Right or wrong, this is what I'm seeing. People can frame that in that way. So how do we keep it from, how do you keep the authenticity of, like, when I say something about Shannon, it ain't the same thing that they was doing to me, right? It ain't that Missy trying to steal the audience, trying to steal get visibility, clout chasing.
It's very different. Because like when we spoke about Deion Sanders, I made it clear, I respect him as a brother. He one of my greatest football players. When we spoke about Shannon, I said, I think Shannon is a good brother, a marvelous human being. You know what I mean? So my thing is, I'm going to still big you up as my brother and just express my difference. When they came at me, the conscious community, they said he's a scammer. He's stealing the fundraising money. He's tricking it off in Europe, South Africa, Nigeria. Then they said,
and they still saying the same thing. Nigga, the school ain't open. That's why they calling you a scammer. You promise shit and you don't deliver. You take up donations for shit and you don't deliver. That's the definition of a goddamn scammer. Now, you being in these other countries and shit, I know your ass is getting paid for this shit. They're paying for your expenses. So I don't think you spending the school money on shit like that. You're getting paid to do it. But I'm not. I've been in entertainment for a long time, so I understand how this shit go. I'm not like most people. That's the first thing niggas that don't like him thought. Oh, this nigga over in Japan taking a bath, he used the money he got donated. Why wouldn't y'all think whoever booked him to go over there to speak paid for him to do that? Why wouldn't y'all think that? It's just like the people that saying his account's been froze for a month. How the fuck y'all think this nigga been living? He ain't did number one video where one or two, maybe 2 videos in the past month where he actually came on and was like, yeah, the account's froze. Send me some donations. He can't survive off 2 videos. That make motherfuckers had to be sending him money in his sleep for him to have been surviving.
they have no degrees, right? He made up all the degrees. He ain't related to Frederick Douglass. I mean, anything you can think of.
I don't know who the content guide sent me. The content guide sent me. They sent me. I guess I'm trying to get my Christmas money up in August. Shit. I got to get my baby some toys and shit for Christmas. So I'm on this nigga early. Even though I'm on this nigga because he trending right now. If Umar wouldn't have had the August that he had where his name was blowing up, I wouldn't be talking about this nigga. I promise you I wouldn't. For what? It's enough people
they were
doing it.
trying to assassinate my
But I ain't
character.
no damn fool.
You know, so it's completely.
If you trending,
Do
I'm
you-
talking
do you-
about it.
Is there a worthy opponent out there? Not calling names, but I'm
Right.
saying, are there things for you to? Yeah, I will respond to that. Like,
He responded to Lene.
I mean, if somebody
Yes.
says something that I think needs to be clarified for my supporters and the school donors, then I'll clarify it, no matter where it comes.
that's the thing, because it's the brand recognition and awareness that they tamper with.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
They tamper with what people know
He
you for.
responded to
And that's why I'm
Medea.
talking to you about this, because for me, being in the podcast space and moving so quick, I find myself in content wars, right?
Yes,
With
yes,
people
yes.
like,
Ladies and gentlemen, I see it's 209 of y'all in the building. Could you please double tap the screen to like the video? If you can't double tap the screen, could you hit the 3 dots in the upper right hand corner and hit the like for me? If you could share it out, that would be even better. But hit the like for me. Thank you.
yo, you dudes ain't built nothing, ain't done no business.
Yes.
And I'm watching, as you say, I'm watching these shots coming. I'm saying, it's almost like I'm watching the authenticity melt. It's like these dudes don't know me and they saying, what's happening? And I've came in and got rich from talking.
Yes.
So it's not something that's for debate.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You know what I'm saying? And I'm building something, the conversations I have, people honestly enjoying this information base.
Yes, sir.
Today we kicking it, but it's information inside of every episode. I feel as though podcasts are almost like encyclopedias. You should be able to go and grab an episode at any moment and get something from that. I feel as though things are transitioning. All information will live in some sort of audio form.
Yes.
Right. And so I'm racing to that. But when I see myself in content wars with dudes who ain't built anything, but they brand temper. So it's almost like, damn, when do I really just go? Or when do I just say this, let's let them talk, keep building?
My experience is best to let it go. You gain nothing by going to war with a smaller fish. You gain nothing by going to war with a smaller fish. And I
This
had to
is
learn
true.
that.
Well, what about a bigger fish? Because I got big fish out there. I got big fish I'm going at it with. I got
The only thing you gain from talking about a nigga smaller than you is the personal satisfaction of saying, nigga, you got me fucked up. You ain't just gonna talk what you will. But Umar is right. You typically supposed to ignore. I started my YouTube shit off by ignoring niggas. And then I got caught up in a minute where I was going back and forth with niggas. And I felt like now in retrospect, I feel like I lost a lot of time where I could have been putting out content that I actually wanted to instead of beefing with these niggas, because I didn't get shit from, other than money, I didn't really get shit. And some shit wasn't as financially, some of it wasn't as, some of the money wasn't as good as others. It was certain people, the money was real good. Some niggas, it was just a waste of time. Only thing I got out of it was personal satisfaction of roasting the motherfucker, which didn't really get me anything.
Well, let me hold on, because they'll take that and say I gave him props. So let me rephrase that. I got people seasoned fish. I got seasoned fish.
Umar get
that's after
respected when
me.
he do something that's respectable.
Even if you got a seasoned fish, if you look at it from the art of war, what will this
Everything
cost you
he
in the
do
long
ain't
run?
respectable.
Is what you got to look at. Because that seasoned fish might want to go back and forth with you all the time, and you're not looking for a long-term beef.
Yeah.
But if you drop out too soon, it'll look like you caved to the pressure.
Yeah.
So you have to do a thorough analysis of how long they're going to draw this out, how deep they're going to go with it, and do I even want to entertain it at all?
I used to look at your lives and say, I wonder I thought you was conscious. But see, the more I talk to you, I know that you don't know the money that's floating out there. When I'm sitting back and telling you like, yo, dude, you know, you got 6-7 pages, they doing $1 million a day. Like, this is thousands of dollars on a daily basis.
At the airport all the time and say you leaving too much money on the
Yeah. And so when I look at you, at first I say, yo, these lives are like lost leaders for him. Almost like a cost.
And he too slow to hire a production or a media team to run social media sites for him. Hey, that could be so. His daughter apparently knows the fucking social media game. That could be the start of his social media team, cutting up, posting on all these goddamn sites. But he's slow. He's a smart, slow nigga.
Goes, they keep the hot dog 150, even though they losing on the hot dog. It's like, I know when you come here, you're going to get enough to want to see what's behind the curtain or in the rest of the store. And so at first I thought you were using those more like marketing, but when I talk to you,
like
and like teasers, like, yo, this a little bit, come get it.
Nah, I never did it for the money.
Man.
Like even now when I go live, I got to feel it. My lives ain't even scheduled. Just like, you know what?
Sir, if you were never doing shit for the money, you would never be charging these niggas to be on podcasts. You would never be charging these niggas for books. You would never be charging a booking fee. Stop the motherfucking cap.
Rick and Mina called our sister a blue monkey. Oh, hell no. I was in Brussels, Belgium. I had to go live on that because that touched me. You know,
What is your thought about that? Let's talk about that.
It speaks to the light skin supremacy complex that we still have in the Black community. And by light skin supremacy, I don't mean light skinned people, because you could be a dark skinned light skin supremacist.
Just a little more, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
I know dark skinned purple blacks who don't want nobody around them except yellow people. You see that? So you could be a light skinned supremacist and not be light skinned. So it's not about light skinned people. That has nothing to do with it. It's a consciousness, you see. And I thought it was wrong. It was bad. I'm glad they fired her for it. She apologized, but the apology to me seemed a little bit disingenuous and almost like a smack itself. It was kind of a, I didn't like the apology. I don't think it was humble at all, but that's the issue. We got colorism. I think Black women have it worse than Black men within the queendom. So we as Black men, we don't really look at each other's complexion when we hanging out. You feel me? We don't care, brother.
Right.
But with the sisters, I've noticed, sisters will look at the complexion of the women in their circle. You see? And the women in the circle who may not be the complexion they want can feel that get away from us energy. And that can be a dark skin circle or a light skin circle. Because even though light skin supremacy is more prevalent, you have dark skin supremacy who hate light skinned people, right? So it goes both ways, although there's more light skin supremacy than dark skin supremacy. And it's one of those evils, one of those psychological residuals from the plantation that I don't think we've really stepped on yet. And I don't think elders have really accepted the role they played in the maintenance of skin color worship. Because I still come across grandparents who make comments about dark skin. I've seen grandparents show favoritism, even in my own family, to the darkers versus the lighters, or the lighters versus the darkers. I've seen it. You know, I've seen how aunts and uncles will favor the light skin and the dark skin. I see it in the public schools.
Y'all folk on Umar ass in the chat. Get them.
Teachers pay more attention to the children in the class who are light. Here. And so you could go in some schools.
Hold on, say that again.
Teachers pay more attention to the children in their classroom unconsciously who are lighter. The darker kids get less attention. There's been research done. And it has consistently. Yeah. You could go to and.
Is that why you were so up with Seti? And you told him he was melanin deficient and all of that shit there? Is that why you was so upset? Because you done been called dark in your whole life? It happened. It be like that. That shit ain't never about. I'm not. The only time I get offended by somebody calling me dark is if these motherfuckers darker than me. And I'm like, wait a minute. How you gonna say you darker than me? Are you calling me a darkie? What the fuck are we looking at? Well, yeah. That nigga went off on Seti. I don't know if y'all remember that, but man, he went the fuck off on Seti.
Emotional support class and go to the mentally gifted class. The emotional support class tends to be a few shades darker, and the mentally gifted class tends to be a few shades lighter. Because guess what? If you dark, we're not even testing you for mentally gifted. It's a very strong, and because most teachers in America are white women, that means when a Black boy walks, a dark-skinned Black boy, when he walk into the class, he's already been condemned from the start.
Yeah, and I've seen this. Yes. This is a real thing. Yes. The dark-skinned, nappy-head boy.
Big nose.
Oh, man, he go to hell. Yes. Yeah. I've seen this is a real thing. Yes.
Thumbs up the video.
Yes.
He got to be a hell of a guy in sports. Or they gonna say he's
playing 3 dots in the upper right hand corner.
Or shoot that shot. You're useless here.
Wow.
And that's why so many children go into sports, the Black boys. It ain't because they necessarily want to be an athlete. This is the only way I'm going to survive or get recognized here, because I'm clearly not wanted because of where.
And from the parents. A lot of times the sport thing drives the parent closer to you because it's like they're living through you in some way.
I don't know if y'all done looked around, but these light-skinned niggas is taking over the NBA. With the light-skinned niggas is winning right now. They about to run our black asses up out of there.
Weird way where they want you to play, and you ain't saw your daddy don't clock in about nothing.
And I just spoke to a mother the other day who told me her son is only in sports, and he's good, but he don't even like sports. This the other day. My son is only in sports, Dr. Umar, because his father only pays attention to him through sports.
Man,
so the father only showing up if it's a football game. That's basketball. It's the only way he can get his father's attention. So a lot of Black boys are going into sports because their father likes sports, and this is the only way they can hook their
right. And I wonder why. I mean, why do you think Black men do that? Like they live vicariously through their children.
So this nigga meaning to tell me this child told his mama, I know my daddy ain't never around, but when I go have a football game, he pop up. That's what the child told his mama. All right, then, whatever. I don't believe that shit. And he asked, what does he think that? I think most parents live vicariously through their kids, but are you saying that supporting your child being successful is a bad thing? Because whether they're doing sports or academics, if they're taking an interest in it and living vicariously through them, that's them wanting to see their child do better. Nobody, but LeVar Ball, perfect example. They hated the shit out of that man for speaking life and getting his sons to the NBA. He got 3 of them in there. One of them ain't hanging around. He got in it barely, but he still was able to say he was a professional for a small amount of time. But he didn't got on rapping. What's wrong with that? Y'all say niggas ain't in their kids' lives. Then when they do, it's a complaint. Now they're living vicariously through their kids. What the fuck? You just can't win for losing with niggas.
In that way, like in the halfway, not just like you look like me, Junior.
Right.
Like they actually say, no, go do what I couldn't do.
Yeah.
Like what is
Some
that?
of it is natural. It's natural, right? I own a business. I want my son to own one. It's natural. But
if my business
it can become pathological.
Right, but my bit before you go, because I know you're gonna smoke that. But my business, for it to even
You can put them in the sport. You can't force them to do it. If they don't like it or they're not good, they just not good. It don't matter how good. It don't matter how hard you want them to be great at the sport. If they suck, they suck. If you once played sports and you're able to coach your son up to do something that you couldn't do, what's wrong with it? Kids can always say, no, I don't want to do this. What, you gonna whoop their ass for not doing it?
make it that far
Oh shit, stop playing.
to be passed to my son had to been successful. So passing down some successful is one thing,
Right.
but to pass down my failure,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And if you don't redeem me, the child feels twice as bad because not only did I fail on the football field, my daddy needed me to win in order to salvage his self-esteem. So now the child feels twice as low because not only did I fail, my daddy needed me to win this so he could validate himself.
Man, and they put
These
no
niggas
actions
is
to the
coming up with
marijuana smoke.
hypothetical
You
situation.
see that? I let my daddy, even though my daddy might be saying, son, don't worry about it. You gave it your best.
I know.
You needed this fit. Now I'm feeling less than.
Wow.
Now we both feel like we ain't.
The females, the women don't go through that, do they? Do they have a version of that? Like
They have a version, but it's not as strong because the
mother model, maybe the model.
One of the first lessons you teach your kid or your child gets taught in sports is you win some, you lose some. Everybody can't win. That's the main thing that's taught throughout sports. You can't win them all. You give it your best. We can live with you. If you win, if you go out and give 100% and you lose, we good with it. The fuck are these niggas talking about?
Mother, maybe the dancing mother. I've seen the dancing mother, like where
it's there, but it's there. It's not as strong because
that athlete's
fail. The male ego stronger than the female, right? But here's where it gets interesting.
All right, Ricky Bobby.
It's kind of the opposite sometimes, where the father needs the son to succeed because he didn't. The mother wants the daughter to fail because she didn't win.
so stay like me.
Stay like me. So I see a situation where the mothers are sabotaging the daughters on purpose. They love them. They want them to do well, but they're having a difficult time accepting the fact that when this is all said and done, she would have exceeded me.
Yeah, and I think that's powerful.
Oh, we got that.
So in other words, they're just saying black parents on both sides ain't shit. That's what they're saying. Black parents on both sides ain't shit. They're wrong for encouraging their sons. Now, again, what they just said about that, it applies. I don't think it just applies solely to girls. That's just a mentality that black people carry on, that it was good for me, it should be good for you mentality instead of wanting them to do better. That's the thing.
We got a deep-seated mommy-daughter.
That's
a deep-seated mommy-daughter.
We cooking now, Umar. We cook.
You got a deep-seated mommy-daughter. And I tell you one of the worst ones. Let's go back to the light-skin supremacy. When the mother is of a lighter hue and she values European standards of beauty, So she got the fine nose, the fine lips, the yellow skin, the wavy hair. But the daughter has very strong African-centered features. And she knows that the mother believes beauty is in the way she looks. So by contraindication, I'm ugly. And then the mother never does anything.
These is nonverbal. People catch that.
Nonverbal.
That's by indication.
Just through the example, the energy. Yes.
By the standard that's put
She going out with her mom, and her mom is all Europeaned up.
That's
Big
it.
nose, broad lips, beautiful sister.
Yeah.
But she can't see her beauty.
Right.
Because she's judging herself by her mother's standards, which are European.
Right. Tell you,
Dysfunction.
about
You
that.
see,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of girls' self-esteem get destroyed by their mother, never validating their African-centered trait.
And then the mother I've seen, and
Leon,
again,
the fact
we're
that
not being
people-
critical. We're examining.
Yes, because these are major issues.
Yeah.
The fact that people are still booking this nigga and talking to him shows that he's not burnt out. People are only booking him because it will benefit their bottom line. They're spending money to be able to make money off what he says. So you may personally think that he burnt out because you dislike him. I dislike the nigga too, but as I said at the beginning of this live, this nigga name is trending. He's a gold mine right now. So he can't be too burnt out. Every social media platform has to say something about this nigga right now, whether it's good or bad. That's the opposite of being burnt out.
We have to speak about this.
Yes.
So when we did, I've seen, because cosmetic surgery is big, and we're gonna speak about that. But I've seen where the mother sometimes, because we dealt with the man side, so I'm just trying to figure out where the women,
Okay, you said
if
his
they're
logic
battling
broke
this and
down.
where it
Okay,
lies
I
at.
got
But
you.
I have seen where the mother would take herself through a round or two of cosmetic surgery, and by indicators that wears on the child as well.
Oh my gosh.
You know, the child say, "Oh, mama
Y'all
thick,"
own it
Yes.
in the
and
chat.
so I ain't thick. I must not be, kicking as high as she is, or being, as beautiful as she
If
is.
the mother is going to get surgery of any kind, whether it's the BBL, whether it's facial reconstruction, whatever it is, breasts, she got to have a conversation with her daughters about why. Because if she don't, the daughters are automatically going to assume,
Get in line,
get in line.
They
You were not
want
comfortable
to.
with yourself. I'm your daughter. I looked exactly how you look before you
because you don't even look like me no more. When you go
True.
get all that work and come back home, man, we used to look just alike.
Which means what? It is a rejection. It is a rejection of your phenotype. And in rejecting your phenotype, you reject your children.
Mm.
Oh, is that?
Now, I do want to be clear to you,
Go
though.
ahead.
I can appreciate the BBL now.
I can. And I'm gonna tell you why. It don't bounce.
Now, you talking about the cheap one. See, you talking about the cheap BBL, Dr. Umar. And how you know it don't bounce, first of all? How the hell you know it don't?
He done played with a couple BBLs. He said, I can appreciate the BBL. I can, but I can't, because all these hoes look the same. There is no difference between them. You could walk down the street and see 100 hoes snatched with the exact same shape. What makes them stand out? It's overdone.
Don't bounce. King Kong Kanye.
Ladies, listen to me, sisters. Please don't do it. It look
Hold on now. We got to search. Oh, whoa.
I mean, he just
We
went
got
up
two
on the
different-
men.
No. It look good in the clothes.
They went
And it
up
might
on
even
the
look
men.
good out of the clothes, but it does not move organically.
That's
A
why I
man
said
can
he's
tell the
saying
difference.
both parents
A
in the
man
back
can
of
tell
the
the difference
fucked up.
whether you fake in the front or fake in the back. We can tell the difference because the bounce ain't the same.
Hey, listen.
Bounce at all.
It's the quality of the BBL you experience. So
Don't
we're
do it.
dealing with a guy.
Ain't natural.
We're dealing with a guy who has experienced a horrible BBL. So y'all are getting the side of the story that's not accurate. I'm explaining to you that.
do it, lady.
Listen, and so I don't know where you pulled this one from, but I would say get another shot at that, Umar. You're wrong about that.
I'm all natural.
He told
You're all
me
natural.
the
So
BBL.
I have saw you with Suki though,
She got BBLs and titties.
right?
Umar's
So
like,
shout out to my sister
almost-
Suki. Shout out Sexy
Suki.
Red. We gonna talk to all y'all. Talk
Yeah.
about all y'all. I saw you with Suki on.
Yeah, Sister Suki and I, we're friends.
He seen
We
that
conversate
BBL.
on different topics. See, here's my thing. As conscious as we are, we can't be so self-righteous that we can't go to where someone else is and try to move them from where they are to where we need them to be. I'm not the pastor who condemns everyone in the neighborhood and never get them to join the church. You see that? You have to meet them. She's a very influential woman.
Yes.
If one day she decided that come on over to the consciousness movement,
She's
everybody who follows her
influential for
comes
the
right on with her.
wrong- she
And that's the
influential
day
for the
that I'm
wrong
looking at.
reason.
You see what I'm saying? So me, I communicate with anybody.
She's
And that's one of the
influential
strengths of
for
Dr.
being
Umar.
a
They're not going to
ratchet
feel
hoe.
condemned, right? I'll get a brother with a white wife. He'll come over, Doc. I know you see what I got.
He said it like it's a bad sandwich or
You
something.
know what I mean?
You know, you see what I ordered, bro.
No, they say, but can we still, of course, have a seat, my brother? Because guess what? If I cut him off, he'll never go back to a system.
No, it's not, nigga. Bruh, you cut Gideon off and he was trolling you where he said, "This my girlfriend." You like, this boy got him a snow bunny. Nigga, it's a dude. You put up messages where a dude was asking you about dating black women, and you was like, "Nigga, if you ain't black, stay away from our women." You do cut niggas off. The fuck?
But if I stay with him, I don't even have to talk about his white wife because I'm not going to disrespect her. She's still a human being.
You sent
But
something
by
to me,
allowing
but
him
it
in
won't
my
let me-
space,
I
he's
don't
going
know
to
what
start
that is and
reanalyzing
how
that
it
anyway.
work, but I
And then
see
one
it.
day he
Thank you
comes
for
back
the
with a beautiful black queen. Doc, I
100,
couldn't do it.
whatever
No
it
more.
is.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? So I've noticed in my work through the years,
Thank you
just
for the
exposing
gifts.
people to what's right
The
can lead to a
gifts.
change in behavior. I remember
gifts.
back in my Garvey days, right? And of course, I'm still a Garveyite, but back in North Philadelphia, we got Temple University down the street.
Have y'all noticed this nigga ain't repeated nothing 3 times during this interview? So he cuts this shit on and off when he want to. When he cutting it on, it's because he trying to brainwash niggas into doing something or believing him. He right now he just speaking. He ain't said nothing 3 times.
University of Pennsylvania, Drexel. And the students would come to the Garvey meeting and they would say, Marcus Garvey said, race first, put the race first. I can't do that. I love everybody. I said, it's not about not loving other people. It's about loving yourself first. Well, I can't do that. No problem. Just come to the study group. I didn't pressure them kids. And guess what? They slowly, one by one, started joining on their own. Just walk, I'm ready to sign up. I didn't do nothing. Just expose them to the truth. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I will meet with anybody. I will go anywhere. Just like Christ said in the Bible. I'm not comparing myself to Christ. When they say, Master, would you go into the house of a thief? And he said, I go anywhere when I'm invited. That's how Dr. Umar is. I'll go anywhere I'm invited because I know that when you are presented with the truth, your soul responds to it. And sooner or later, you're going to have to come around as well because we as African people, we are God's chosen people. And therefore, we are structured to participate in righteousness no matter what. You see what I'm saying? So when somebody holds up that mirror of righteousness to you, sooner or later, you're going to have to consider it because that's your nature anyway.
You know what?
Hey man, if black people are God's chosen people, he don't like black people too much. I'm gonna leave it at that. If we are his, let me do the Umar. If black people are God's chosen people, he doesn't like us too much. I'm gonna say it again, brothers and sisters. If black people are God's chosen people, he doesn't like us too much.
And I think, like I say, man, you're great at this. You're definitely great at this. But we didn't get an answer about Suki. We talked about a lot. You took me around the
I
corner.
told you we
He
friends.
good.
Right. But
He
okay,
good
so
at avoiding
because see,
the
we coming off the
questions.
BBL conversation. We're coming off how you are not interested in BBL whatsoever. And I don't know if the sister has what.
I never seen her that
She
way.
has
Next time.
one.
Right. But
She got
again,
her
I'm
ass
telling
and her
you that
titties
the
done.
circumstances are the circumstances, unknown or known, right? And so by you being someone who is that strong about BBLs, right? I'll ask you about Suki. And I'm just telling you how we kind of got to her
And
anyway,
she
because I don't
wear
want it to
weave.
seem like it's just
I never asked.
right.
I wouldn't.
Right. Okay.
I don't think
Okay.
it's my place.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, but you've heard some of the things she's said about you, right?
Sir, she has viral videos of her shaking her ass in the goddamn bed before she got her plastic surgery done, sir. What the fuck? You don't have to ask, nigga. It's out there if you look. Yes, she got a BBL. Yes, she got fake titties. She probably had her face done too. I would never ask. But you ask these motherfuckers about weave and other. You ask bitches you don't know about them wearing weaves and shit, but you won't ask this bitch if she got a BBL. Stop it, sir.
Yes.
All right. So meeting someone with a BBL that said some of those things about you, meaning that she finds you attractive. She, certain things that she. So I'm saying the meetup, I mean, help me understand what's going on there.
The meetups are professional and platonic.
With a woman that calls you attractive with a BBL.
Stop the cap.
Professional and platonic.
Okay, shout out. I'll leave it at that. Shout out to Suki.
Shout out.
Stop
With do you
stop
know
the
Sexy
cap.
Red? Familiar with Sexy Red?
I've seen her recently. I never heard of her before.
You familiar with her content?
I've heard the kind of, I've never heard her rap though. I haven't seen the video.
That's some of the content. I got her
he
coming on soon, so I
lied.
don't want to,
Right.
slander her at all. But you know, it's just I was having that conversation about female rap and how, in my opinion, they're kind of mimicking what they saw the men do in gangster rap.
I agree with
I don't think that they necessarily created this path. Oftentimes, I see them promote a lifestyle that they don't even adopt.
Yes.
And it's dangerous, but it's dangerous the same way the men done it. And so I believe the men really led those women into creating that kind of content.
I totally agree with you. But the men were never held accountable for it.
Right.
The women are being held.
Arlene, whether we know it or not, if God has determined we his chosen people, yet we at the bottom of everything, he doesn't like us too much. We don't have to know that we the chosen people. God knows why he ain't casting favor, whether we know it or not. Why is there no favor being cast on his chosen people? Like the Jews, who think they his chosen
It's the double
people.
standard.
Right. And the women, again, sometimes they get with these guys, right? It's like, and this is why I try to give grace on the content, but I know it's effective in regards to its programming minds. I know that, but I try to sometimes, because I always try to put myself in someone's shoes like I did with Dion. It's like, yo, see out of their lens, right? See out of a young girl like Sexy Red with 2 kids.
I noticed none of the Christians came under my post about Job 2, asking why all-powerful God would need to ask the devil twice where the fuck he was coming from, and he's supposed to know everything. He see all, he hear all, he know all. None of the Christians tried to explain that one. I get it. Some shit you ain't got answers for. Or how the devil ended up walking into heaven when this nigga was supposed to be a snake slithering on his belly. And he walked into the meeting. Just walked right in. Like, what's up, fool? How was he even able to walk into a meeting? How was the devil able to get back into heaven after it was cast out of heaven? I noticed nobody wanted to answer any of them questions under my community post. I know, I get it. I was like that too, where I was a believer and I was hit with some shit and I just couldn't argue or come up with no answer for it. I get it. But y'all saw it though. You saw it. You can't unsee it.
His 2 baby daddies, they both in jail, and I know how to rap. And I start rapping like this and it started going. Do I turn that off when I have nothing to fall back on? Like, how many people will actually, at 24 years old, start getting 100,000 a show, 60,000 a show, and just turn that off? Even if I know I'm not necessarily adopting that lifestyle, but it's effective for the family. And I think so many of us live in that place. You do. We all, that's why I try to give grace, right? I don't exempt anyone, but I try to understand the route they're taking. That's why when I look at a Dion, it's like, not a finished product. I think that we're on a journey, and Colorado is just on that list of getting where I'm going. And the same with Sexy Red. It's like, you get in that position, turn this on, and it works. I got children. What do I do? What would you say to a young girl that's rapping that kind of content? How does she get out of that?
I don't think my message would be to the young girl rapping the content.
Get your
I
money
think my
and
message
get
would be
out.
to the Black community that gave rise to the circumstances that put her in a position where she had to sing that content. I think one of the things we often miss when we talk about accountability, responsibility, is that we fail to recognize that everything we do takes place within a culture. It takes place within a community. And too often, because we are a disorganized, selfish group of people, we like to make individuals the scapegoat for a systemic problem. You see that? Whether it's Sexy Red, whether it's Sister Suki Hana, whether it's the gangster rapper, everything takes place within a cultural context, right? So what situation was she born in? What situation were her parents born in? What did the Black church do for her mother? What did the Black politicians do for her mother? What did the Black community organizers do for her mother?
What can they do?
Well, number one, if it wasn't for the economic desperation, a lot of our young people will be making better.
That's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, this thing working.
Yeah.
And
she should have never had to go there. The reason she had to go there is she belongs to a community, the Black
We
community,
listening
that does
to
not
Umar.
feel the
We ain't
need
got to the good
use
parts
its
yet.
disposable income to create financial opportunities.
This was I gotta get it. This was a great interview because he got pushed back. He got challenged on some things. He done said some good shit. He done said some stupid shit. But this ain't the good. The good part comes when when dude gonna ask him about them $5 million from a white donor. That's what we waiting on. That's the reason why we here, to hear this nigga lie and say he wouldn't take $5 million from a white man.
Towards young people. Go to the streets right now. Our young people are terrorizing our community. And it's our fault because we have not created any opportunities for them. You let me go to a school that miseducate me. I get special educated. I get medicated. I get juvenile adjudicated. I get incarcerated, right? I get gang initiated, right? I get raped. I get molested. I got put out on the street by my mom, whatever the case may be. And now all that pain that the community allowed me to feel, I'm going to give it back to the community. And now you got 11-year-olds robbing 84-year-olds at the ATM. That video that came out last week, it made me want to cry. He looked like he was 9 years old, robbing someone old enough to be his great-grandmother. But when we allow our children to be raised by social media, we allow our children to be raised by the television and not raising them ourselves. I mean, think about it. If you're a black child in Nashville, you're a black child in Chattanooga, you're a black child in Knoxville, Memphis, where can you go if you really need an adult to spend some time with you? There's nowhere to go. You can go to church, but you got to swallow their doctrine.
The Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, and the several other youth outreach programs that they have. Nigga, I'm from Tennessee. I got sisters that live in fucking Nashville. I don't know about Chattanooga. Can't speak of that. Knoxville, I've had several cousins graduate from the University of Knoxville. So I don't know what to hear. There's places to go, sir. You got Tennessee fucked up. Why the fuck did you single out Tennessee, nigga? What the fuck wrong with you? You couldn't go to Mississippi, trash ass state. You couldn't go to Arkansas. Why you fucking with Tennessee?
Before they value you first. Y'all see how that works? You're not important in this church until you swallow
What you telling me to rescind,
so
Miss B?
where can a black child go in America if they need an adult to spend some time with them? You see that? But the pimp spend some time with me. The drug dealer spend some time with me. They're going to use me and exploit me, but they're going to spend some time with me. We have turned our backs on our children. We have not raised them. We have not nurtured them. And now the black community is collecting the karmic debt that has come from our neglect of our children. Is schools and jobs. Build our own schools for our children and create jobs for them. If we never do those two things, we never get our young people back.
Is your school going to be credited in the state?
Yes. Well, remember that accreditation is voluntary. State law gives you the right to operate. So the state approves you to operate. If you want to get accredited, that's voluntary.
The accredited process isn't that what speaks to the workforce?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, you got children who are homeschooled to college. They never been to a school at all. You see what I'm saying?
Even in college, you can homeschool college?
No, homeschooled into college. In other words, my child is a
same difference. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you plug in the FDMG instead of the homeschool, and it'll be like the same process.
Absolutely, okay. Except we're a real school versus
right.
Homeschool is a decentralized form of education. It's not the equivalent of private school, charter school, public school. You see, it's homeschooling. It's more of an activity than an institution, you see. But accreditation is voluntary. So if I wanted to go to Delaware State Accreditation Bureau, I could have them come in, look at all our paperwork, curriculum, teaching, boom, 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 and they would decide if they want to accredit us or not. Now, for me as a Pan-Africanist, I would never do that because I don't need white people to tell me how to teach black kids. So I'll never be doing that, right? If the state required it, we would do it. You feel me? But I would not voluntarily go to white people and ask them, how well am I doing teaching black kids?
How much of your money from fundraising do you think came from white people? Any $0.
Yeah, there might have been a couple anonymous white folks who said a dollar or two, probably.
Here come the good part, but Arlene, are you saying God's not all powerful then? Because you said he can't help us unless we help ourselves, but he created everything. He could just flick his wrist and everything would be changed. He could flick his wrist and we wouldn't hate each other no more. Are you saying he not all powerful? If we got to help ourselves first, it don't make sense.
People and ask them, how well am I doing teaching black kids?
How much of your money from fundraising do you think came from white people? Any?
$0.
$0.
Yeah, there might have been a couple anonymous white folks who said a dollar or two, probably.
Well, it's not
right?
zero.
But am I consciously aware of receiving a donation from a white person? No.
So, this is good. So, a white person can give you $5 million, say, Dr. Umar, I've been a fan of you since 2012. I see what you got going on. Go get that school. White man. I'm talking about whitest of the white.
I don't think I could take it.
Okay, so the mission ain't that important then.
No, it is.
How important is the mission when you can't take the money? Nothing. I didn't speak to any stipulations tied to it. I said,
get him, my nigga, get him. The mission can't be important if you ain't gonna take the money. Well, white people don't know. They don't. What do you mean there no stipulations? White people give shit all the time with no stipulations. What the fuck are you talking about?
Go get that school. White man. I'm talking about whitest of the white.
I don't think I could take it.
Okay, so the mission ain't that important then.
No, it is.
How important is the mission when you can't take the money? None. I didn't speak to any stipulations tied to it. I said this will get your school up and running tomorrow, and you denied it.
And the mistake you just made is you said a white person is going to give Dr. Umar $5 million with no stipulation.
Yeah,
Who in this auditorium believes that?
No, listen.
Us?
How is that worth clapping?
White people don't get that kind of money without no stipulations, bro.
They do it all the time, nigga. Them be those white people are the leading philanthropists. They just give away money because they so fucking rich. They don't tell these people that they give the money to what they must do with it. They just get a shit away for a tax write-off. So the nigga giving you $5 million may just be doing it as a tax write-off, you stupid motherfucker. And look how he looking, like he just cooked. And then you got stupid niggas in the chat clapping for him when all these motherfuckers got stimulus checks and didn't have to pay shit back.
They don't give that kind of.
Omar, honestly, let's talk about that. But
A lot of these motherfuckers got PP loans that they ain't have to pay back.
That worth clapping about?
Yes.
All you said was, look,
yes.
all you said, look, and I like this gonna play well on YouTube. But all you said was,
This gonna play well on YouTube.
What the hell did you, Jay? It didn't even stick.
My
What
nigga know about the money.
Here's the part.
did you just say?
You're missing.
That's what it was.
You're missing.
Yeah, okay, so listen, what I'm telling you,
You're missing the spirit.
okay,
of
go
it.
ahead, go ahead.
White man give me $5 million, right? I build the school with $5 million. Y'all come to the grand opening. Y'all gonna be happy. Y'all gonna celebrate. But when you go home in the back of your mind, you're still saying, white people did this for us again. Do you understand?
Ain't no.
Who cares if you teaching black boys? It's your vision. Who cares? And the $5 million just took you across the finish line. Black people got the mission started. Black people put down the groundwork. But this is why niggas can't get nowhere, because of stupid shit like that. In the back of your mind, who thinks like that? Because in the back of your mind, everything you touch and use daily was probably made by a white man, and you don't think about that shit. All this Pan-African shit that you be speaking, how do your black ass fly across the country and cross overseas to this shit that you doing? Mostly it be, I don't think I've ever seen a black pilot, and I've been flying since I was like 12, and I don't think I've ever ran across one. I know they exist, but I don't see them. You ain't worried about, man, a white man just got me to my destination on this white man's aircraft. You ain't worried about that shit. You ain't worried about the white man car you driving or none of that shit. Nigga, the nigga, them dashikis you wear ain't even made by black people. They just sell them. But you ain't thinking about that.
Nobody saying that.
No, yes.
These people.
White people, y'all going to celebrate. But when you go home in the back of your mind, you're still saying, white people did this for us again. Do you understand?
Ain't nobody saying that.
No, yes.
These people.
Yes. It speaks to the spirit.
Ain't nobody, even if it speaks to the spirit.
No.
Go ahead.
It's speaking
Go
to
ahead.
a dumb spirit.
It speaks to the spirit. You know why? 90% of all black institutions are financed or owned by white people.
People don't even know that.
Yes, we do.
Most people don't. Most people, this crowd may, because this is a.
Sir, the white HBCU that you graduated from gets money from the federal government, which is white, sir. They get money from the white man, even though it's a black institution, and we still proud of them motherfuckers, which is the reason you went to one and graduated from one, knowing they took money from white people. Every year they get a grant. What the fuck are you? See, this is what I'm saying. He be saying a lot of stupid shit.
College, HBCU type. Most people don't even think of it like that.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, if the mission is more important than you, how you feel, how you think, what are my emotions, then why isn't this money, even if they kill me about it, but the school get to go get up and running? I just don't understand that.
Have you ever heard this statement? The journey is just as important as the destination.
Yeah.
How we get the school done is just as important as getting the school done. Let me ask you a question. How do I open up a school called Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy? 2 black men who believed in self-determination, but I let a white man build the school for me. How do I tell
Frederick Douglass fuck with white people, sir? I can't speak to Marvin's God, but Frederick Douglass definitely had the help of white people, you stupid motherfucker. That's how you would be able to do it. Because most of the black historical figures that we put on pedestals, they had backing of white people.
The boys that you can do this on your own. You don't need white people. You don't need nobody but your own community. How can I say that?
Do you truly believe that?
Absolutely.
Do you think that do you truly believe that it'll happen off the backs of only us?
It already has.
It's not open yet, so it has.
Ooh, got his ass. It ain't open yet, so now niggas ain't giving it much. And I wish he had clips to where he could point out and say, you niggas ain't helping me open the school. The school should have been open, but you niggas ain't giving me enough money. The white man, he got $300,000 in his defense fund in 2-3 weeks. It's been 6 months, and y'all done only gave me a measly $250,000. I know y'all could do better than that. So he's scolding black people, saying they didn't got it done, but at the same time scolding, saying y'all ain't gave me enough money to open the goddamn school. This nigga is stupid.
How can I say that?
Do you truly believe that?
Absolutely.
Do you think that do you truly believe that it'll happen off the backs of only us?
It already has.
It's not open yet, so it hasn't happened.
Yeah, well, it will be once we get the certificate of occupancy, but it already has. Yeah.
So I'm saying, but so you've done this.
You still hadn't laid the floor tiles down, no, sir. You ain't laid the floor tiles down, so it still ain't open. And that's just one building, nigga. You got 4. You got the gym. I guess you got the gym straight, and you working on the smaller building, the elementary school, but you still got 2 others, according to you, that you got to try to open. But then you want these same black people who donated you money to pay tuition for their kid going. They should have some credit what you built up already.
So this got to be the first school without white involvement.
Definitely in 100 years since Marcus Garvey. And probably the first ever that was financed exclusively by the African diaspora. Every black community on earth donated to FDMG.
When did you globalize your movement? Because it wasn't that way at first.
No, I was always Pan-African, so it was always global. It just took a while for my message to get around to the country.
I feel like you started at some point going super Pan-African. Like I thought you was always conscious. No, I'm saying I ain't speaking about in your spirit. I'm speaking about in your communication.
No, the message was always Pan-African.
It was always so even on those DVDs. Now every time I see you talk, I hear Pan-African.
Always from the
okay, so I must have missed that. It seemed like I think started to evolve.
It's been Pan-African.
This is something I've always wanted to ask you. Where do you get this from? And I'm gonna do a quick Dr. Umar impression. All right. And I want you to tell me where you got this from. So you'll be on live, right? Say Dr. Umar's on live and you'll be like, good morning, brothers and sisters. You know, today we will make sure that we get everything we need to get done. Good morning today, brothers and sisters. Good morning today, brothers and sisters. Good morning today, brothers. You'll give them 4 or 5 with them, 3 of them. Okay, what is that? Is that you thinking? Is that you? 3. What is that?
I do that.
Because I've adopted that. I want you to know. Yeah, effective. Yeah. It's effective.
The brain is the creature of repetition.
Yes, mother,
not truth.
Repetition is the mother program.
I say it 3 times. The points I really want them to get, I repeat it 3 times because repetition is how you condition the unconscious. So once to understand, the second time to understand, and the third time to open.
I knew it was. I knew that wasn't you stumbled. I knew it was something there. Because I'm like, yo, he just I know him, and we speak, and we don't really have to. So I'm saying when you do that, I say, oh, it's technique. There's something there. Who did you study in regards to speaking? Because speaking is such a talent that people don't really understand. They don't even know how hard this is for us to just be doing it. Who did you study?
I never really studied anyone. I
guess Garvey
indirectly, Garvey and Douglas would be the main 2, obviously. But most of our leaders were great orators, you know, so I've listened to all of them, but I never patterned myself after anyone or anything like that. You know what I mean? It just came natural.
You took nothing from any you took technique. You ain't took no technique from no one.
If there was any
because see, you got the pointing, bro, I'm high level. Listen, this how I make money. So I'm high level examining speakers, right? The pointing, the everything. I'm watching it all. So I'm saying this is a developed thing. This isn't something you can walk off the porch with. So I wonder.
I think some of us are born with it, though. I think some of us are born with it. I think the great ones like Garvey, Douglas, Dr. King, you can't teach that.
You can nurture it. I ain't saying teach it. And that's what I mean. Like you can't teach it. I'm not saying.
Dr. King was a pastor. He was definitely taught that. He was taught that just like all preachers are taught the certain inflection in their voices and things of that nature. it's taught. And it's a repetition thing too. The more you do it, the more it becomes part of you.
And teach it.
Right.
Because
But
teaching
you
will
can
speak.
teach people how to speak, though.
Yes, but not on this level. Right. So I'm saying when I'm peeping what you're doing, understand I've already identified that I'm watching the best speakers in the world because this is how I make my money, right? So I ain't even talking about the rest of those guys. I'm saying the highest level of communication, right? You, the Farrakhan's, the people that I look in and say, oh, all right, let's pull a notepad out, get some of that technique, because there's breath control, there's pausing, there's repeating, there's face. You know, there's so much that's happening.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering who deposited anything.
The only technique that I'm conscious of having borrowed from my predecessors is the need to pause occasionally.
Yes.
So important. I'll just go.
Yeah.
And I won't stop. So I've consciously tried to remember to pause.
Yes.
And that's probably more of a Frederick Douglass thing than anything else.
Because people have to take it in. Even with me, because even with me, when you try to get into that vibe, you know, it's like, at some point, I got to start talking to you like you listening. You know what I'm saying? And some people, they just talking. You got to talk to somebody like they're listening. You know, and sometimes when I need emphasis on something, I need to lay there for that. Like I even in our communication today, you would say something like, for your Black liberation, and you'll just let that live. And I think those techniques, I just want you to know that people are watching those things, and you're pouring into people indirectly just by,
you know, spiritually, right? There's about 5 different major spiritual gifts. You have your clear cognizance. That's when information from the universe is downloaded automatically into your mind. You know it, but you don't know where you learned it. That's clear cognizance. When I speak, not all the time, but sometimes, clear cognizance will take over. And I'm saying things about things I've never learned nowhere. So it's coming directly from the ancestors. And I'll go back and look at a clip and say, how did I say that? And I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get into a zone where it's not even you.
Oh man, I love those zones. Oh man, them zones there. If I can get in a pocket on these boards, it's nothing like it.
That's what I'm saying. It's not all the time.
When it's coming. And it's magic. And you feel it as a speaker, as someone you say.
And you know when you're with
I got in my bag.
Like, I'm not stopping.
Like
take a break. We ain't taking no break.
Oh, we can't.
The ancestors.
Yeah.
And the one thing I learned about public speaking taught me more than anything else. We have no control over the outcome. Because I walk into a certain lecture, I'm like, I'm gonna tear this up the nice and right sound, right building, right this. It'll be a regular lecture. And then I'll go somewhere where I'm like, okay, this is just gonna be a regular little talk. It's my classics. All of my classics were unintentional. Every one. The ones that people love, I'm like, damn, I never even thought that night was gonna be special. And it's never up to us.
Yeah, and this is important for the young content creators because they're watching us. But here's the thing too. As I'm going further and further, I just did Invest Fest with 20,000 people, right? And so when you come out and it's that many people, you look around like, what is this, right? And it's like you blow a circuit or you blow a fuse, you get it back. But for a brief second, it's almost like, what? Like June. It's like everything you was thinking, your thought process, but it eventually comes back. Do you find yourself ever being in that mode? Because you speak so much now, I don't think you may find yourself in.
For me, the best speech is the first time they saw you because there's no expectation. You feel me? If I'm going I'm going to Cameroon, Africa next week, right? I was in Brussels, Belgium last week. I've never been to Brussels. So there's no pressure because I know they know me from social media, but they never felt me in the person.
Right.
This is no pressure.
Right.
You know what the pressure is? When I've been in Nashville 10 times and y'all came back to see me that 11th, that's pressure because y'all know what to expect. Y'all seen it. And I got to give y'all a new fresh message and be even more dynamic I was the previous 9 times. Yeah. So some people say the more you come back to a city, the easier. Not for me. It's the harder.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like a place like Chicago where I spend a lot, New York where I spend a lot, it's pressure.
Yeah.
Because not only do I got to have a new message, I got to grab you
every time
better than I did the last time.
And what I'm trying to do, right, because I'm ascending so fast. So I'm trying to figure out when now I'm conscious about this as I'm getting, because it's so much money on the line. And anybody watching me, I got millions of people watch. I need y'all to know this. Pay attention to whatever you're doing. Right now, man, I'm finding myself trying to understand when I get those zones, I literally try to backtrack what that day was. Like, did I place myself there? Was it something I done before the show? Was it, even though I know it's probably not because it never reenacts itself. Yeah. But it's like I'm conscious on trying to grab that or create that environment that puts me. Have you found anything like that for you? That something that puts you into a place where, like me, I went back the other day and I'm give you a second. Before you came, I'm like, I'm trying to fish. What is that gets my brain like? Because sometimes, dude, my brain will go and it's like I'm on another. Yeah. It's another frequency.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to ask you.
You know, I believe when you get to a certain level within your spiritual development, myself included, you'll be able to activate it at will. The reason we can't activate it at will yet, we not at that frequency yet. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you get to that frequency, you'll be able to activate it at will, that zone.
Yes.
It's the athlete too, where they shoot a shot and can't miss. Right for 5 minutes, I can't miss.
Yeah, I'm on.
They in that zone.
Yes.
You went into your super conscious mind.
But they went into that zone because of practice, and they just know they could do this shit. They're like, I done practiced this shot 1,000,000 times, so I know I'm gonna hit this motherfucker. It's repetition. It's practice. It's doing something over and over and over and over and over again until you're so comfortable it's just second nature.
Yes.
Right? But we have to get there through the spiritual.
Is there anything that gets you there? Like, I seen you, is there anybody that maybe they argue with you and they play, who you think or they insult your intelligence, or they...
Not, because it's all based on divine timing.
It is.
Right. So from an African perspective, we exist in two worlds. We exist in the physical and we exist in the spiritual at the same time. We can't see what's happening in the spiritual. It could have been within the spiritual design for this day for you to access your God consciousness for that. You follow what I'm saying? Because remember, we got our own plans. Our ancestors got a plan too. And then God got a plan too. So we think that when we wake up, we're just living our life as we want. No, your ancestors got a hand in it because you are a reincarnation of them. And then the Most High, the universe has a design of its own. And this is why when you hear like Dr. King say, I want to do God's will, you got to tap into that. You got to tap into that. The highest form of expression is when what you want is the exact same thing God wants you to have. That's divine consciousness, and that's the purpose of life. And that's why I think that we as Black people never get to where we're supposed to be, brothers and sisters, until we divorce ourselves from all of this European materialism that we swallowed up, because we have become more materialistic than the Caucasian. We are literally worshiping money. And why would God help us get free? Really help us take back over the world as we once ran it, if all we're going to do is replicate European culture? Does that make any sense to you? God is not going to help you. Why would he get rid of the white?
Why does God care about whether you're white or Black? That's human thinking that you just expressed, sir. But continue.
White man, so the Black man can replicate the white man. You have to go back to being who you are. And when you go back to being...
Didn't God create the white man too by your logic?
Who you are, that's when Supreme Consciousness will come and say, okay, my children, you ready? Let me put you back on the throne. We do not go back on the throne. We do not until we recover our African mind.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got from the It's Up There podcast. Once again, his channel is tagged in the title. Y'all make sure y'all go over there, like, share, and subscribe, and all of that good stuff. It's still fairly early. This was only an hour and 17 minutes. I guess I'll come back with Tommy since he was arguing with a Chicago nigga, and we'll see how that goes. Give me about 20 minutes to set the live up and do what I need to do. And I'll be back in a few. To the next episode, we out.
Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the thick bitch. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping, till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving fast niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour a four, I need some more, a nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach, I'm too geek. Walking by myself, but left with two freaks. Ooh, we nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me MoneyBoy, or you can call me Nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2-breeze. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for shoes. Yeah, when we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Niggas talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit.